Hey, how's everyone doing today? My name's Alex Lerman with LowKickMMA, and today I have the pleasure to be
Is it?
joined by
Is it?
UFC newcomer Jose Johnson. Jose, how's it going today, man?
It's pretty good, brother. Blessed.
Good to hear. Good to hear. You all dressed up. Where you at right now?
I'm not even dressed up. I'm trying to stay warm.
Trying to stay warm?
Yeah, bro, I'm out in Washington right now, so it's cold as hell out here.
Oh, wow. Okay. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, I'm in New Jersey, so it's cold here as
Oh
well. It's
yeah,
actually
I can't.
actually not
I
too
can't
bad,
even
but
complain. I can't even complain. Oh, it's better there.
it's actually like spring weather today. It's kind of weird, but yeah, man. Let's talk about you. So 2023, start of the new year, and Jose Johnson is now a UFC fighter. Just take a minute and describe to me how that feels for you.
Man, bro, it's amazing, bro. It's a feeling like no other. Brother, is it too loud in here?
No, you're good. Background music's good, or background noise.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna sit down out here getting my favorite food.
Yeah, yeah, get comfortable.
Yes, sir. Yeah, at a place called Jumbo Burrito in Oak Harbor, Washington.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, up on the island. But man, it's been amazing, bro. It really has. Honestly, it's really the support that I've been getting from everyone. Everybody's sending me like messages on Instagram or Facebook about how motivational my story has been for them. Um, Fighters have messaged me.
Oh, wow.
Fighters have messaged me like, "Hey, man, you inspired me to keep going." Um,
Yeah, that must be
it's,
so
it's
fulfilling for you, you know?
it is because that's. I mean, at the end of the day, like I like to fight, but I like to teach. So if I had, was given an opportunity to inspire people, that's part of being a teacher. Um, and it's a good feeling. It's a
I
good
love
feeling.
that. Love to hear that. So, you said, talking about your journey, you want to just give the people watching, the viewers, a little description of your professional and personal journey to get to this point you're at right now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, take your time. No worries.
I'll start. I'll start with the personal approach on it. So personally, man, um, a lot of people say that martial arts changed their lives. No, like martial arts saved my life. Really, I was going down a really bad path, uh, hanging around some really bad people, you know, and it's only natural that you follow suit. So I really it was for me. It was either I'll be in prison for the rest of my life or I'm dead. And then I remember a buddy of mine was like, "Hey, they got sparring at this one gym," and I was like, "Man, I'm not going to no sparring. They can see me in the streets." He's like, "Nah, bro. Like, you should really come. These guys are probably gonna whoop your ass." Me being young, I was like 17. My pride was up here, so I was like, somebody's gonna whoop my ass? No, sir. I'm going. Needless to say, I got my ass whooped, and I really enjoyed it. It taught me a lot about myself, so I continued to do it, and here we are now. You know, like I said, the professional approach would be like the the status to be able to teach people that being in the UFC has put me on. You know, people hear you more.
Absolutely.
When I was an amateur and I was still trying to teach people because I was always skilled in striking, they're like, well, that's not the way this guy in the UFC does it. And I'm like, okay, now I'm that guy in the UFC, so now people are willing to listen.
Hell yeah, brother. So, just curious, when you stepped into that gym, you said your friend told you to go to sparring when you were 17. Did you have any like confidence in yourself as a fighter back then, or like did you know that you could get into this, or was it just like a all like for fun kind of thing?
I had all the confidence in the world walking into that gym that day. I left with none.
Humbled a
I
little
left.
bit.
I left with none, but it was always in the back of my head. You ever seen the movie Never Back Down?
Yes, great movie.
Okay, so when he got his ass kicked in the beginning of the movie by that guy, dude, the MMA guy, he was sitting in the bed, and that dude Max came to like come talk to him, and he was like, "Bro," he was like, "We're gonna get you in some training. We're gonna do this." He's like, "Dude, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in that the UFC shit. He said something where I felt personally, because he said, "Bro, you don't." He's like, "You're not tore up a little bit? Like you're not thinking about what happened to you the other night a little, like at all? Like damn, like I thought I could fight, but this dude just beat the crap out of me. Like yeah, that's not going through your head. That was me."
Wow.
Because I was like, man, I had no confidence leaving the gym, but when I got home, I got in the shower. I'm like, dude, my body's sore, my legs are sore. I didn't know what a leg kick was.
And that's the
I'm
moment
like,
you knew you wanted to do it for the rest
I'm
of your
like,
life,
this shit.
right?
I was like, this shit is like interesting. I want to try it. You know, signed up, and the rest is history. Now we're here.
That's great. That's an awesome story. So now fast forward, your first Contender Series fight, Ronnie Lawrence. Since then, you're 4-1 and on a 3-fight win streak.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to know how do you think that you have improved over that course of that course since the Ronnie Lawrence fight? How have you improved as a fighter?
Another backstory. I have a backstory and purpose behind everything that happens to me, especially
Yeah.
my fighting career, my life. I had to improve as a person first. You know, when you're not right in some of your ways and the way you do certain things, it affects your performance. It affects your personal life. It affects everything. So I had to get a lot of shit like personally together. And then once it started getting together, nothing happens overnight. You know, so little by little start changing certain things in my life, certain people, certain habits, everything. I became a totally different person. I saw it clearly. So it's really helped me become a better fighter. Is changing myself as a person. You know?
That's interesting. Yeah, it seems like a lot of things in life start with the mindset.
Absolutely.
And now just curious, since you're now on the UFC roster, what fighter, either in the bantamweight division or just overall in the UFC, would you best compare your style to?
Corey Sandhagen. I like him. I like his style, man. He's very how would you describe it? Like flowy, you know. He like flows the whole entire time. You know, some fighters you can tell that they all they do is like work on pads all day. The flow is different. They're like 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Move my head. No style behind it. No swag behind it. Not a whole lot of footwork. Dude, when Corey Sanhagen is fighting, his feet are moving, hips are switching, shoulders are even going with it. When he rolls, it's a different roll. Everybody rolls their hands here. Like steps back, hands are far out, rolls wide, side steps, does a lot of switches. And I'm like, man, that shit reminds me of me. I just haven't been able to put on a pedestal where I could fucking really demonstrate it. So now I'm just thankful for the opportunity that I can.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, Corey Sandhagen, it seems like he almost enters like a little like a flow state, right? In the middle of his fights.
He's out there
Like he's in
dancing,
Zen
bro.
mode, yeah.
He's dancing.
Yeah, he's fun to watch. And on the topic of Sanhagen, obviously in a couple months, Corey Sanhagen is fighting Cheeto Vera. How do you see that fight playing out? Since you're now in the bantamweight division, these are two top dogs of the division. So how do you see that fight playing out?
You said Corey Sanhagen and who? I'm sorry.
Cheeto Vera.
Ooh, like me against either one of them or them against each other?
Them against
Like
each other. Yeah. So that fight's going down on February 18th, I believe,
Yep.
at the Apex.
Okay,
So.
yeah. I feel like if Corey Sanhagen can implement like a high tempo, fast pace early, that it will be a coast fight. It will be a coaster. You know what I'm saying? Cheeto is really hard to fucking finish. I don't think he's ever been finished, actually. I can't remember or not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But Cheeto's big. Cheeto's big and he hits hard. And he's very calculated with his striking. So I believe it's gonna be like I think the winner of the fight is going to be dictated within the first like 3 minutes of the first round.
Whoever
You know,
sets
like
the pace
I
you're
really
saying.
think that'll dictate the rest of the fight. You know, who pushes that game plan early.
Gotcha.
Because both of them, once you push a certain type of game plan on either of them, they start to like slow down a little bit. You know, if Corey Sandhagen comes out and bro, he's 100 miles per hour like he normally is, touching the body early. I love that about him, by the way. Then it could be fairly a pretty easy fight for him. But if Cheeto comes out and he's playing the long game, popping a jab like he usually does, and those front teeth to the body to slow down Sanhagen's motion, then we got like a different kind of fight. So I don't know, it's exciting. It's exciting for the division.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm excited for that one too. Well, now we're talking about that fight. Let's talk about your fight. So you obviously I don't have a fight in the booked officially right now. And I was wondering, do you have any news, any rumors, any fights in the works, or anyone you would want to see realistically for your first UFC fight?
Realistically, I want to see you for my first UFC fight. I like the Miles Johns matchup. I like the Fernie Garcia matchup. What's on the lower ranks? I really don't study my division like that. It's probably bad of me. I'm in a division. I study style people who have style. That's the people I study. Like it's just a fight, so I don't give a shit who they put me up against.
Mm-hmm.
I'll study you when I get a name. Until then, hey bro, it's a fight. You know I'm saying anything can happen. People change gyms, go to different camps. They can be a different person whenever you fight them. So as far as what was the first half of that question that you asked? I'm sorry, brother.
I was asking if you have any news in the works right now.
Okay, I remember now. My manager would beat my ass if I said anything. So I'm gonna say it. Just stay tuned.
Gotcha.
It's
Can't give away too much.
It's gonna be a good one.
Gotcha. Well, I can't wait to hear when that news becomes official, man. And you're talking about, fighting people like Miles Johns, like I forgot who you said second of all.
Miles Johns, Fernie Garcia.
Yes. So talking about potential fights like that. And since being in the UFC now, got events all over the US, international. Where in the world or in the country would you want to fight and compete in front of fans?
They got a card coming up in Texas. Yours truly happens to be from Texas. Okay?
I figured
San Antonio card. Yeah. Sean Shelby hears this. Hey, bro, put me on that card. I'll sell the shit out of that place. I will literally sell so many people want to see me fight, but I'm always fighting really far away from where everybody is. It's a perfect place. I would love to go there. Dream wise, two places. Madison Square Garden. One and two, Abu Dhabi.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to go ride a camel. Wear all white and stuff.
Trying to be chilling in the desert. That's cool. So now obviously trying to get your name out, bro. What would or why should bantamweight contenders in the UFC be afraid of Jose Johnson? What do you bring to the table that could bring them a level of threat that they haven't seen before in the division?
They've seen good striking, but they haven't seen the good striking mixed with the power that I possess at 135. I've finished 80% of my fights by knockout. I have a really high knockout rate. Typically, if you let me get any type of combination off, like you're going to sleep, like I'm putting you to sleep. So I think the power difference, the size difference, I'm only getting bigger. And I love this. I want to bring this up just because I say it all the time because he said it. Sean O'Malley, this clown, he swears he's the biggest 135er in the division. but he's not. He's 5'11". I'm 6 foot, and I can't wait to see him. I can't wait to meet him one day. You know, you're not the biggest 135er in the division. I'm gonna show you that, and you don't possess the same level of knockout power either. You know, you're kind of like a pop shot fighter. You know, you have he has some really good timing, but he doesn't possess that power. A lot of these guys get knockouts, but it's knockouts after somebody's tired and your body is a little worn down on them. No, I knock motherfuckers out 2 minutes into the first round when you're fresh and your body is good, it's willing, it's able. So that power difference, along with the extreme striking ability. And now when these fools try to take me down, I got that jiu-jitsu behind me, as I just proved beating, you know what I'm saying, like an international champion in wrestling who was 10-0 undefeated.
Cartwright, yeah, that was a great fight.
Yep.
And you entered that
butterfly hooks.
Yep. And you entered that one as the underdog and came out on top with a UFC contract, man.
Yep, unanimous decision. One round was a 30-27. You know what we call that in my gym?
What?
That's like when you turn in a test and you ain't put no answers on the test, but you put your name on it. That's what he did.
I like that. I like that a lot. That's funny. So, you know, all this talk about knockouts and decisions, which your last fight was, would you rather, because I've spoken to a bunch of fighters on this topic and I've gotten varying answers, some interesting perspectives here. Would you rather go for a quick finish or 15 minutes of dominance and get that unanimous decision?
Two points. It depends on the situation. Like it depends if I don't like the guy. If I don't like the guy, I would love a quick finish. I mean, I'm sorry, opposite. If I don't like the guy, I want to beat the shit out of you for 15 minutes or 25. That's just so you can never say like, oh, you didn't beat me. No, I beat you everywhere. And I beat you for fucking 15 or 25 minutes. So if it was personal, then I wouldn't want to fight somebody. I want to beat somebody up that long. Now, if I don't know this dude, he's just Sally Joe type stuff, and we fighting, got a lot of respect at weigh-ins. Yeah, I'm trying to get paid. So you got to get your ass knocked out in a minute. First round. I don't care. Make it quick, and then I can get back in there and I can get paid more.
I like that. Yeah. As I was saying, a lot of fighters were saying, you know, a quick knockout or unanimous decision. They want to spend as much time as in the cage as they can. So yeah, I really like that perspective and the varying viewpoints you gave from both sides. So thank you for that. And lastly, so how active do you plan on being in this year in the UFC? How many fights would you like to get, or how many fights do you think you're going to get?
I want at least 6.
At least 6. Wow.
I want at least 6. I'm gonna like the fight, dude. My record showed that even from the amateur days. I was 68-12 as an amateur. A lot of those unsanctioned fights because of the commission not being a part of the process. But I was fighting like every weekend, sometimes twice in one night.
Wow.
And this was MMA. So I was fighting. I like to fight. I'm cool with it. I can nurse my wounds later. You know? But I would hope after my debut, fuck that. I'm not that kind of guy. I know after my debut, they're going to want to book me a lot. Me and my manager, Jason House, over at Uridium, we were just talking about it 2 days ago, actually. So I'm excited.
Well, I hope we get to see you 6 times in 2023. That'd be great.
Sir.
Well, Jose, it seems like we've reached the end of the road, but I just wanted to thank you so much for taking the time with me today, man. It was really a pleasure to speak with you and hear all the different perspectives you had to offer and just everything from our conversation, man. So I just really appreciate you coming on. And lastly, before I leave you, you want to plug any social medias or any sponsors or give any shout outs?
I want to plug first and foremost, actually where I'm eating right now. It's a place in Ocala. It's a Mexican burrito place, but they do everything. They have great tacos, everything. There's even like a bodega style, so they have a store on the opposite end. It's called Jumbo Burrito. I want to say rest in peace to the owner. His children work here. Their father passed away, so rest in peace to him. And the legacy still goes on. These guys are always really like nice to me, really respectful to me all the time. Me and him used to sit down and talk a lot. So I want to give a shout out to Jumbo Burrito. I want to give a shout out to North End Fitness, my gym that I train at while I'm here. Micah B's Wave Combat down in Tacoma. Also, Cedro Woolley's Live Wire with Matt Cobble over there. Those guys have been really good to me. We got sparring tonight, actually. I get to play Punch Face later. I'm excited. It makes me extremely excited. I get hype on sparring days. My sponsors back at home, Fog Hog Vapes, Larry's Catfish, O'Malley's Bar, what's it called? Lone Star Saloon. My buddy Matt over there. Those guys are super dope. They've been really supportive for this camp. Knockout Grind. This dude is probably like the richest guy I ever met in my entire life. Super dope dude though, super humble, down to earth. He races speedboats for a living. It's pretty dope. Wow. I always wanted to do it. And then you can follow me on Instagram at Platano_Pride95. That is PLATANO_Pride95.
All right. Well, Jose, thanks again for taking the time, man. I really appreciated hearing your story, and our conversation was awesome. And yeah, so thank you very much, bro.
I appreciate your time again, brother. Good to see you.
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKickMMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.